everybody. I'd like to welcome you all to Pint-Size Storytime. My name is Peter from the San Rafael Public Library. To start things off, let's sing a fun little welcome song. Peanut butter, marmalade, and jam. Let's say hello as loud as we can. Hello! Very good. I think I heard you. Let's try something different. Peanut butter, marmalade, and jam. Let's say hello as soft as we can. Hello. Very good. Now let's try something a little simpler. Peanut butter, marmalade, and jam. Let's say hello as nice as we can. Hello. Thank you all for joining me. I'm really excited about today's story time. It's a story time all about one of my favorite animals, frogs. So to start things out, let's sing a fun little nursery rhyme about frogs. This is called The Frog on the Log. Just make sure you can see the whole thing. There once was a green little frog, who played in the wood on a log. A screech owl sitting in a tree came after the frog with a scree. When the frog heard the owl, in a flash, he leapt into the pond with a splash. Good job, Mr. Frog. Mr. Frog is going to join us for our story today because it happens to be a story about two of his good friends, Frog and Toad. We'll be reading one of my favorite stories from Frog and Toad. This story is called Alone in Days with Frog and Toad by Arnold Lobel. Toad went to Frog's house. He found a note on the door. The note said, "Dear Toad, I am not at home. I went out. I want to be alone." "Alone?" said Toad. "Frog has me for a friend. Why does he want to be alone?" Toad looked through the windows. He looked in the garden. He did not see Frog. It was Toad looking at the note on the door. Toad went to the woods. Frog was not there. He went to the meadow. Frog was not there. Toad went down to the river, and there was Frog. He was sitting on an island by himself. "Poor Frog," said Toad. "He must be very sad. I will cheer him up." Toad ran home. He made sandwiches. He made a pitcher of iced tea. And he put everything in a basket. Toad hurried back to the river. "Frog," he shouted. "It's me. It's your best friend, Toad." Frog was too far away to hear. Toad took off his jacket and waved it like a flag. Frog was too far away to see. Toad shouted and waved, but it was no use. Frog sat on the island. He did not see or hear Toad. A turtle swam by. Toad climbed on the turtle's back. "Turtle," said Toad, "carry me to the island. Frog is there. He wants to be alone." Well, if Frog wants to be alone, said the turtle, why don't you leave him alone? Maybe you are right, said Toad. Maybe Frog does not want to see me. Maybe he does not want me to be his friend anymore. Yes, maybe, said the turtle as he swam to the island. Frog, cried Toad. I am sorry for all the dumb things I do. I am sorry for all the silly things I say. Please be my friend again. Toad slipped off the turtle. With a splash, he fell in the river. Frog pulled Toad up onto the island. Toad looked in the basket. The sandwiches were wet. The pitcher of iced tea was empty. Our lunch is spoiled, said Toad. I made it for you, Frog, so that you would be happy. But Toad, said Frog, I am happy. I am very happy. This morning when I woke up, I felt good because the sun was shining. I felt good because I was a frog. And I felt good because I have you for a friend. I wanted to be alone. I wanted to think about how fine everything is. Oh, said Toad. I guess that is a very good reason for wanting to be alone. Now, said Frog, I will be glad not to be alone. Let's eat lunch. Frog and Toad stayed on the island all afternoon. They ate wet sandwiches without iced tea. They were two close friends sitting alone together. Such a sweet story. Well, folks, it's almost time to say goodbye, but before we do, let's sing one more little song, once again, about one of my favorite animals, frogs. You've probably heard this one, and if so, feel free to sing along. Four green and speckled frogs sitting on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs. Glug, glug. One jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now there are three green speckled frogs. Three green and speckled frogs sitting on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs. Glug, glug. One jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now there are two green speckled frogs. Two green speckled frogs sitting on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs. Glug, glug. One jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now there is one green speckled frog. One green speckled frog sitting on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs. Glug, glug. One jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now there are no green speckled frogs. Thank you all for joining me today. Thank you to Mr. Frog and his three frog friends for joining me. Thank you to the Screech Owl. And thank you to Frog and Toad. I'm going to sing one more little goodbye song before we part ways. The more we get together, 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 the more we get together, the happier we'll be. For my friends are your friends, and your friends are my friends. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. Thank you all for joining me. Have a wonderful day. See you next time.